Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Monsters Unleashed. Step in. Stand hard. No turning back. Monster Mike hits the front line, cutting through the dark. Boots hitting the ground like he's calling something out. If the night wants to move, it moves through him first. He wants answers, and he takes them. We move in. No fear. Eyes sharp, heart steady. We walk the dark, we hunt the unseen. We stand together and push through anything. This is the team, this is the fight. This is Monsters Unleashed. Come in tonight. Trisha hits the right flank, silent and locked in. She feels the forest breathe, hears a shift before it breaks. One glance and she knows when something's watching. Doug pushes forward like he owns the trail, strong stride, no pause. If something's waiting, he's the one in me. We walk the dark, we hunt the unseen. We stand together and push through anything. This is the team, this is the fight. This is Monsters Unleashed, pulling the night in tighter.
We're the best there is, and I'm telling you, yes, I'm excited. Woo!
Woo! Hey everybody, how's it going? I bet y'all thought you lost me, didn't you? Nope. I'm too damn ornery to go. But let me bring out Trisha. Hey there, Trish.
Oh, I'm so glad you're back. It was getting a little nerve-wracking having to start the show all by myself.
Don't tell us fibs. You know you enjoy running the show.
We definitely had a good time. We missed you. We missed you.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Feeling a whole lot better. So I was nervous. I was really nervous because, like, you give Trisha the keys, and I've seen some of the shit she drives. So, yeah, she bangs stuff up.
It's been like this all my life.
Yep, me too. But hey, we got a good show tonight. Our guest, Ashes Antics, pretty awesome dude, and he's one of our loyal followers here. He's on every show. But let's bring out the rest of the crew here. We got Miss Donna Copas. Hello, Donna. How are you?
I'm here, and I'm so glad to see you. We were really worried about
you
without you.
Yeah, I'm feeling
you keep everybody in mind.
That infection, you get infection in your body, and it just, like, people don't understand what it can do to you, and it had messed me up. It had really messed me up, but I'm doing a lot better.
That is.
Yep. Let's bring out Miss Giggles here.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are y'all doing?
So I have to mention this really quick. We're missing someone right here. Miss Jennifer Hicks. Her and her husband were in a car accident this week, and they're okay. They're banged up, and bruised up and stuff like that. But so we're streaming on Jennifer Hicks' Creepy Culture and her Facebook, Creepy Culture, also with the Monsters Unleashed channel. So, guys, if you're seeing this, don't freak out. We didn't take over her stations or anything. We're just making sure she doesn't have to worry about a video this week.
Absolutely.
I think that's amazing.
And guys, she's home. She's home from the hospital. I just talked to her about an hour ago, and she sounds like she's doing better, just in a lot of pain. So she gets to rest while we can help her out a little bit. That's why we're here, to help one another out. And we're just glad that
keep her in your prayers.
Yeah,
just keep her in the prayers.
Yep, we love Jen.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean everybody go message Jen, okay? She
Let her
knows everybody's
sleep.
worried about her. And just give her some rest, let her take a break and stuff like that. So she's probably home watching this right now. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring out our guest. I mean, we don't want to keep him in the back. He'll fall asleep on us, because he like streams all night long. Like, I'll watch him while I'm laying in bed watching him, and when I get up for work, he's still streaming.
My goodness.
I remember those days, though.
Wow.
When you stream video games and stuff, and and you get an audience, and you've got a couple hundred people in your audience and everything. You just don't say, "Okay, guys, I'm tired. I'm going to bed." No, you ride it out for as long as you can. But let's bring him out.
Hey guys. I was about to fall asleep. No, I'm just kidding. I just downed my coffee, so I'm good for now. But no, I really appreciate you wanting me to come on, guys. I'm really excited about being here. So
it's funny you would mention coffee, and I know my wife is watching, and I told her I was going to bring this up in this show, and it might be kind of inappropriate, but I was just upstairs watching TV with my wife, and there was this show where people were addicted to coffee. This one lady's drinking like 100 cups of coffee a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's like Speedy Gonzalez. She's talking with her hands. It's all over the place, talking like this. She goes to the doctor, and the doctor breaks it down to her. Hey, look, you're killing yourself. Yeah. But there was another lady and her husband. Now, Ash, you might want to think about this, because this will really keep you up if you need to gain. These people are addicted to coffee enemas.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've seen that episode. If that's an old one, no way I could know.
I've heard about that.
Seriously, people do that shit.
Well,
I'm good on that.
Look, I'm going to put this out here real quick. Guys, don't do coffee enemas.
Don't do
it's
it.
not good for you.
No
I
way.
love my coffee, but 100, caffeine dehydrates you. It really dehydrates your veins, and it's not good at all.
Look, they didn't even have one of the, those hot water bags that people do that stuff with. They didn't even have one of those. They had a fucking pot with a hose stuck to it, and they were pouring their coffee in the pot.
Wow.
Laying on the bathroom floor, and I'm like, oh my God, guys, I'm sorry. I know this isn't a show to talk about that, but
that's a mental problem. What that is.
I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to do Monsters Unleashed, and I'm going to talk about coffee enemas.
I have a coffee store. The coffee thing, right? Yep. Well, I thought, hey, this looks good. I'm going to try it. Okay. I got it and I tried it, and it didn't taste bad. It just tastes, because I'm not a big coffee drinker anyway, but so about an hour later, I went around through the house, and I go, gosh, there is so close to the house. I go, it was my breath. It was my breath. But the worst part, my brother picked the bag up off of the table. He made a whole lot of,
no. Oh, no.
I said, just wait Medically.
This
We know
comment,
where you're taking this.
yeah,
Like this.
yeah, this comment is great. I love this. This is so funny.
Yeah, Franklin, we know where you're taking this, okay?
Yeah.
We know.
Oh my gosh. So that rice coffee that you're talking about, I also drink it. And that's why it comes with the scooper. You take one scoop and you one scoop, not a whole pot. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It actually does help. It's helped my tummy a lot. It's
Yeah.
a mushroom coffee and it does work. I find it amazing.
Fun fact: I actually sell it. I'm a like a health products representative for a company called LifeWise, and everything's all natural. It's really good products, and it's really good for like all sorts of like health issues, like diabetes, heart problems.
Yeah. What is it good for? That's what I wanted to know. Like the mushroom coffee.
It's really good for weight loss, like your blood sugar, getting water fluid off of you, energy levels. It's actually good for depression and anxiety. But a lot of the ones that you buy like on Amazon or in some of these stores, it's not natural. It's not. It'll say natural, but it's not really natural. And I can send some videos from a doctor that goes in depth, and he talks more about these other brands of mushroom coffees and medications and other like vitamins and stuff that people buy in the store. He will show you in the ingredients. And the LifeWise perk is made by this doctor. And I'll send you guys some information on it, and y'all check it out. Because my husband did it. Y'all know my husband's job, and he lost like 45 pounds just by drinking this coffee because it curbs his appetite. And sugar was under control. My dad has tried it. My stepmom has tried it. It's helped her, and it's pretty good stuff.
I don't get to drink much of it though because Cindy, my wife Cindy, she drinks it all on me. And then,
it comes in like the little, like the little water flavoring packs you just pour in a water bottle.
Yeah.
It comes in
just
little
comes
like that.
You just
And you can do anything with it. You could put it in a milkshake. You can make an iced coffee. You could put it in a protein shake. You can bake it in your muffins or cookies. I've had it in sourdough bread, and it's absolutely amazing.
Really? Oh, that actually sounds really good.
Check this out.
Everybody message Trisha about it, and she'll hook you up. They got some other stuff too.
Oh,
they
really?
got like little energy things that you can do. In bottle, just dump it in a bottle of water and shake it up and drink it. It's really good stuff. What's that stuff that helps you focus? I need some of that right now.
I need it all the time.
It's a little strip. It's called Clarity. And you guys know like the little Listerine like strips you could put in your mouth? It's made like that, but it tastes like a fruit roll-up. And you put it on your tongue or under your tongue, you let it dissolve. And oh man, it helps you focus. Your kids can take it. It's
really?
Yeah, there's nothing in this for kids. I was giving my kids the one that helps with the immune systems. And I can't remember the name. It's called Shield. They also have one. Let's see, there's Shield, Clarity. And there's another one that helps men with testosterone levels, and it helps women for, behind
menopause
stuff.
Menopause.
Yeah, I guess menopause too. But, when you get to a certain age, the stuff behind closed doors kind of dies down, and this helps with it as well. It's all natural. So
Your nature.
I'm not saying Viagra, guys. It's not Viagra. But
oh my God! Okay, now you're making me laugh so bad.
Okay, Ash, we got to get him change the subject. What you got this week, brother?
Man. Oh, well, I could. I don't know how many people heard the story when I was a kid, because I've had a lot of stuff happen, throughout my life, and I think mostly the things that's happened has been on the demonic side or the spiritual side, but where I grew up, if people's familiar with like Bigfoot and stuff in Oklahoma, I grew up in LaFleur County, Oklahoma. That's infamous, you know, about the supposedly the Bigfoot wars, LaFleur, that happened in the 1800s. But I didn't really know about it until probably a year or so ago, and you know, about the wars and stuff. But anyway, I grew up in the country, close by these. It's called Spiral Mounds, and what it is Native American burial grounds, supposedly like 2,000 years old, and by the Cato Native Americans. And they said when it was operational and when it was flourishing, it was like the Washington, D.C. of the Indians or Native Americans at the time, because it was right off the Arkansas River. And the reason why I'm saying that is a lot of people know a lot of stuff has happened, you know, that grew up there in the same area. And, but anyway, my family, my uncles and aunts and everybody owned a lot, which they still do. It's out in the country, right off a little 2-lane highway, a dirt road. And we grew up, we all had these lots, I guess, you know, about a quarter of an acre or whatever. And this dirt road, and it made an L. When it made an L, we owned about an acre back in the woods. And the reason why I'm saying that's, you know, getting to some more stuff that happened. But right around the curve, we was closer by the highway. Right around the curve, by when they moved there in the 70s, my uncles and my dad built a church, you know, so they could worship, and ended up burning down, arson. But anyway, that plays a factor, not to burn it down, but the woods. But anyway, from when I can remember, guys, I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I was always scared of the dark. I didn't stop being scared of the dark probably till I was 14 or 15 years old. But my mom would always make like a little pallet on the floor for me so I could sleep. And sometimes probably every time my sister would sleep beside me. She was a little younger than me. Ornery as can be, would beat me up all the time. But anyway, I know I was around 7 or 8 years old. Anyway, I'd sleep on my stomach, and we lived in a mobile home. And during that time, my dad was he ended up passing away with MS. You know, he's handicapped. But when I was younger, I could barely remember him before he got really sick. But anyway, I remember one night I was sleeping on my stomach, and I felt something physically, like in the small of my back. I felt like something was on top of me, and basically it's like a little person or something had their knees in the ball of my back and had my shirt, was just jerking me like that.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah. And I remember I felt it jerking me, and, you know, come to in my mind, I remember there's a lot of things that I've remembered my whole life, because I'm 49 now, probably over 40 years. But there's some things that come back, you know, here and there, like I'll remember. But I thought it was my sister for a split second, and then I felt straight evil, you know, just fear. I was scared. And I remember I was trying to scream when it didn't go on for too long. And then when it stopped, I remember I rolled over and I couldn't scream. Finally, I screamed, you know, and my mom finally woke up. Just go back to sleep. It was a dream, you know, typical response, like even in the movies. But I don't know what happened. I think I went back to sleep. I don't know. But for some reason, I went into the bathroom. I remember I got up, the bed was here. I went to the bathroom. The bathroom was at the end of the mobile home, and it had a little square window. And when you look through the square window, it's going now. A lot of it's going, it's changed, except my sister's got a new mobile home she just bought there. But you'd look out the window and there'd be like a little trail because we had a fence, and you go through the little chain link fence door or whatever you call it, and there would be a little storm shelter there my uncles and my dad built when he got there because Oklahoma with tornadoes. And then there'd be RV there for years was my grandma. She was a widow. As far long as I can remember, my grandpa died before I was born. But there was a little trail right there because we'd walk, and go visit everybody, down the dirt road. And for some reason, I looked through that window. Don't know why I got up. Maybe I went to pee or something. I don't know. Looked through the window and I seen, all I can remember was a small being creature. My whole life, I thought it was an imp. It still could be an imp, but I kind of was thinking it was what they call a little people or little person, because I know in Northeast Oklahoma they had a lot of sightings, but only thing I remember, it had like red or brown fur for its legs, but I don't know if it was its fur. It could have been something it was wearing, but I don't remember its face. I don't remember its body or its arms, but I remember when I looked at it, it's like it stopped and know I was there and kind of was looking at me, but I still can't remember its face. And I know it turned and then it just took off,
Wow.
And I never forgot about that. But here was the thing about that. My uncle, it was those 2 or 3 days, like 3 days before, my uncle, he was a pastor, like Sunday school teacher. He was down there visiting my mom because they'd come down there. Sometimes they have prayer meetings or whatever, or just drinking coffee, playing cards. And he was telling my mom that this little thing came to him and said it was talking to him, was calling him daddy, And my mom, she was a jokester. She was serious, but she was a jokester. She was kind of laughed about it, which she probably believed him, Well, what did it say to you, brother? But it was going, he said it came, he heard it. It come in his bedroom. It said, daddy, daddy, or something. I guess can't remember if he prayed or rebuked it, or whatever, but I don't remember any more details. But I remember all those events happening. And so was it the same thing? I don't know, But that land around there, a lot of the old people, it was only like 2.5 miles from these from the spiral mounds or the burial grounds. Could have had something to do with that. I don't know. But a lot of the old people would say this land is cursed. More than one people would tell me that, older person. But when that happened then, and I've got a few things, might bounce up in there, all around, but probably maybe 150 yards from where I grew up, right there at my mom's place. In 2011, I got remarried. It's my second wife, and we bought a new mobile home, probably 150 yards from where this happened. And one night, I don't know if I've told Mike this before. I can't even remember. My mind, I don't got older. My mind just slipped so bad. But it was about 2:30 in the morning. And this right here, what happened to me is what got me going down the cryptic rabbit hole. What happened in 2011. And I've really went down the rabbit hole in the last couple of years real hard. But it was 2011. I was on the front porch. When you get a new mobile home, they'll give you these rinky-dink little porches, not a little wide porch. And I was smoking cigarettes at the time. I remember I went out to smoke about 2:30 in the morning. Now you can look and see these woods, which is probably about anywhere from 40 to 50 yards, maybe, or a little bit less. These woods that we owned about an acre. Now, if you walk these woods when we were kids, we would live in the woods. You could walk these woods and go all the way to the river if you wanted to. It might be real wide at one point, or it might be real narrow, you know. But you could actually not be seen and walk those woods. Well, no, it was 2:30 or 3 because I always wake up that time. And I'm out there smoking. Well, I started hearing something just crashing through the woods. And my first thought was it was some of the teenagers, you know, riding a four-wheeler or being ornery, riding a side-by-side, one of them mules, you know how teenagers are. But the deal of it was I did not hear a motor. And another deal, too, is it didn't sound like something small. It sounded like a freaking Volkswagen Beetle coming through there crashing.
Wow.
Well, I'm hearing it crashing, and I look because straight ahead of me, the woods are kind of to the left because it's right around the bend of the dirt road. To the right's my uncle's place, his mobile home, and my trailer's right there. So I'm hearing it. When I get looking, I'm still looking, and my mind said, "What the hell is this?" Because I did not hear a motor. But it's still, I said, it's got to be some kind of one of them big racing four-wheelers, you know, or something. Well, I get looking, I start like seeing the trees go like this. I mean, the trees that was up probably 8-9 foot, like just moving. And it was moving pretty quick. And, you know, probably the whole thing, 5 seconds at the most, this whole encounter. It kept. What was that?
Whoa, are
No.
those the coyotes?
Oh, it hit my ears. I didn't know what that was.
Okay, so
That's
at
okay.
first, I sent.
Yeah, they're right up against the house.
message. I heard
Yeah, I
whistling,
didn't know what to.
man,
Yeah.
whistling.
Yeah, that's
but
what's
then
that.
They're
I
right,
just heard
right
it
up
again.
against the house. Yep.
What's underneath the house?
It's the coyote. Them getting I'm getting the back of the house getting hit. I've probably heard 2 or 3
I
thumps.
bumped to it.
Oh wow.
Oh
that
my
scared me.
gosh.
Yeah,
This isn't new. This has happened before. Her being
really.
on the show. We've heard it. Yeah, it's now this is the first time we've
Really?
heard coyotes, but we've heard several times something either smacking up against her house or throwing something at it.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna go.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go check my dogs.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
Be
Okay.
careful.
All right. Well, that's nuts. But anyway, I'm hearing the sound. You know, I'm hearing it crashing through there. You know how your mind's racing. What's going on? Seeing the trees. Well, I could kind of tell. You know, with the trees are moving, it got to just before it come out in the clearing, and in the clearing, it was a concrete pad, an old concrete pad, because the old church was there that somebody burnt down. You know, it was our old church, my parents and them built, but they burnt, somebody arsoned it, burned it down. But anyway, before it got there, I know in my mind it was right there fixing to come out in the clearing. Well, it stopped, and then all I can tell you is it roared, you know, and it was only thing I can, I guess, like a freaking guttural, like a lion all at once. And it
Wow.
it was a long roar. And I've used to go to races a lot, like NASCAR, IndyCar, even a few funny cars. And that's what it vibrated my guts, my insides, every organ in my body, it vibrated. And I'll be honest with you, I've been scared. I'm human. I've been scared, but I've never been that scared in my life as when that thing done that. I was so scared I couldn't move. And you know, I remember when it scared me, it's like I had the cigarette and I was just like that. just a typical, like a movie thing. I couldn't move. And when it happened, I felt the most evilest I've ever felt in my life. Because I thought it was demonic, and it just felt like the worstest, most demonic feeling I've ever felt in my life. But all I remember, guys, is after it quit, is I turned around, I opened the door of the trailer, I walked in, and then all I remember is waking up the next morning. That's the problem. I do not remember what happened after that. Yeah. Now, if it happened, I would have went out there and investigated it. If it wasn't then or the next day or something, I was just green, which I'm still green of all of it. And before that, I believed in Bigfoot. I just thought it was some undiscovered ape, back then. Didn't believe in no dog man or nothing like that. But, a lot of things has changed. But, man, that was, like I said, I've seen demons. I've seen demons in real life. I've never been scared like I was scared then when I seen that thing. Oh, I didn't see it when it heard. It's just when it roared, it was just like something that it wasn't that it was so loud. It was just you felt something, I don't just straight freaking evil, man.
My son and I had a similar experience, something like that.
Yeah.
When we were hunting there back in I think it was 2019 to 2020, something like that. And it ran us out. It was that roar, this like kind of something like what Trisha got on her video there, where her and Jen was down in the LBL. She got that roar out of there.
I have that video loaded in here too. We can play it for Jen at the end of this or whenever, because we're so proud of that. But we did. I went in there, no intentions of finding anything. It was just showing Jen this area. And I got out of the car and I was, it's been bothering me when like I talk to people and I tell them things that I do in the woods. And then they just kind of look at me like, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to tell you that everybody is differently, and what works for me might not work for somebody. I have found something that works for me based off what I've heard in the woods. So I decided to mimic that back in the woods, and I'm getting responses. And that thing was deep, and man, it roared at us. And Jen, she just beeline straight to the vehicle. And I'm over here like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese, like, ain't no way that just happened while Jen and everybody was here. Like, they heard it. I was so excited. So people sometimes get scared, and then people sometimes get excited. And I've been getting excited, especially here lately. But I know exactly what you mean by seeing something that felt evil, and I've seen it, and you're right. You just freeze, like you can't move, like you're just stuck, almost like you're in a trance.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like I was in a freaking trance. I mean, could it have been something else? I mean, it could have been a dog man. I mean, everybody I've told the story, y'all gotta excuse me. I am tired though, really. If I fumble over my words, I apologize. But everybody I've talked to, they say it's typical. That's typical Sasquatch, Bigfoot. I mean, the thing was so guttural and loud at the same time, and just hot. There's no way no animal. And black bears, rare black bears right there where we're at. You go over in the Ouachitas, southeast Oklahoma, and then you got the Ozarks, that's a good ways. I'm kind of into the river valley is what they call it, but there's mountains, but you ain't going to get no big bears. A bear wouldn't even make that kind of sound. Ain't no effing way a bear is going to make that sound.
Not even a grizzly. Not even a grizzly.
Yeah. And what's funny about it is I went to, what was it? I was talking to people about it in the last year, been to events over there where I live and relatives and stuff, and they've come out and told me stuff, right around there. So I got I'll tell you this here. I had two different because when we were teenagers, we'd ride around, with your girlfriend and stuff the back road, old country boy, We wouldn't go no, we weren't fancy. We'd hang out, down the back road, make a bonfire, you know how it is. And there was a little spot that all the boys would park, when they'd take, ride around and stuff with the girls, and it was by an old little Catholic church there, old country Catholic church. And I've had three different people tell me they've been ran out of there because you'd park there and they had like one of them old cattle gates, and you'd turn around because we go down there sometimes drinking too, when you're teenagers, smoking and stuff. But I've had three different boys at three different times tell me said there was something coming through them woods, and it's not. I wasn't even half a mile from where it happened. Where I'm from. Then I've had cousins tell me his whole life when he was 12 years old, he was in a trailer about a half a mile where I'm from. He swore this his whole life. I be honest with you, I didn't make fun of him to his face, but I thought he was crazy. He lived in a mobile home, and you know how they got to level them, and they'll put them on the blocks, and they'll be up kind of high, because when they put the old mobile homes on blocks, sometimes it'll be real high and stuff like that. And I remember when I was a kid, the one he had was kind of tall, and you stand up, the window, your head was about like this on the window. Well, he told me for years when we was kids, I never believed him until lately. He said that he woke up one night, he heard something. He said it was the worst smell he ever smelled in his life. And said he raised up in bed. And I remember because we'd go there playing Nintendo as kids and stuff like that, video games, hanging out. When you sat on his bed, you could see the little, his doorway. And in the doorway was a hallway. And then you could see the window too. And that was in his backyard. He said he stood up in bed and looked. He said all the way to the top of the window, he seen this, all he could see something black and two red eyes, And he said he just got scared to death, didn't know what to do, just threw the covers over his head. And guess he waited it out. He said he would tell me that all the time. And I said it was stinking rotten. But not far from those burial grounds, it's right on the Arkansas River, is this little community, just a country community. It's called Fort Coffee. It's a black community. I lived out there my whole life. I was like 2 miles from there, growing up with everybody. Well, I went to school with this one boy. He's a pastor now at a pretty good sized church where I live here in Arkansas. Well, his sister, she's 65 years old. I've known her my whole life. Well, she lives probably a half a mile from me. Well, I'll call her every other day or whatever and, ask her if she wants something. She don't like to drive. I'll go. She likes Big Red and she likes old Garrett snuff, and she runs out of snuff. She, call me. I'll go get her some snuff or whatever. Well, about 3 months ago, we don't even talk about cryptids. We've never talked about supernatural stuff. We talk about our family, or we talk about church, or she likes football. So I was sitting there one day talking. I said, I got a channel on YouTube. She don't even know how to get on YouTube. Well, she said, I'm going to tell you what happened to me when she said she was 15. And they used to have a old, I guess you'd call it old juke joint nightclub out in the country, that they just old country nightclub. They ain't got no liquor license or nothing, it's just one of them old country deals. Well, she said me and my cousin wanted to go out to the dance, mom and dad wouldn't let us go. It was 15. And She lives probably quarter of a mile from this graveyard called New Hope. It's, of course, it's still there. And I never asked her until she told me what happened, and then I put two and two together. She said she heard something growling. She was on her way back from the dance. And when she heard something these are kind of close to the bottoms, by the river and stuff, old dirt, gravel roads. She heard something growling. She looked back and she said, I'm going to tell you. She said, I seen the biggest wolf I ever seen in my life. I said, what do you mean? I didn't try to put words in her mouth. I just let her talk to me and tell me. She said, I promise you this thing was 5 foot tall. It had to be on all fours. It didn't go, bipedal or anything. And it had fur around its neck. I said, what are you talking about? Her name's Miss Pam. Like a mane, like a lion, she said. I said, what about its eyes? She said, its eyes was red glowing, she told me. I said, what? Yeah. Now, this is right by these burial grounds. This is right by the graveyard. I mean, super close. I said, what'd you do? She said, I took off running. She said he took off running. They can hear it. I guess he didn't know, 15 years old. We took off running. We wasn't that far, a block from the house. We could hear it. We didn't look back. So as soon as they hit the porch, turned around, it was gone. They never did see it again. But here's what the most craziest thing was. And then she told me the house she was in, she'd see her aunt or great aunt all the time, dressed in old clothes, brushing her hair. But this is the craziest deal she ever told me. And there's no reason for her to lie when she told me that. She said she was 9 or 10 years old. She said she thinks it was the summer because, no, it couldn't have been the summer because she said it was 8 or 9 o'clock. Maybe it was. But anyway, she said it was dark. She was being unruly. And she was being unruly, and her mom made her get out of the house. I guess put her out the house. You know how us Gen X, how her mom and dad, they'd whip her ass. That put her out. Won't put up with no shit. She put her out of the house. She said I was pouting, so she goes over there. She said it wasn't far from the door. I remember the little old house she got. I don't even know if it's still there. I know her mom and them lived in it. Her mom and them passed away. Anyway, he had one of the big propane tanks, silver ones. That how when you're a kid you get on them and ride them like a horse. She said I got on it, and she leaned back. She said I leaned back like this and just pout and looking up. She said all of a sudden I hear something, like walking or moving. She said she leaned up. When she first told me this, I was like, but I've heard other people tell me about the same thing they've seen, but it was in Kentucky. This same kind of cryptid. Said she leaned up. When it was, she seen 3 scarecrow creatures. And she said the best way I can explain it, they were typical scarecrows with glowing eyes. But there was like a family. I said, what are you talking about? Like one looked like the mom, the dad, and one was a smaller one. So you like a family, a scarecrow. But he said it was coming towards her. I said, was it walking? I tried to drill her. Excuse me, I got heartburn. But she said, I can't remember, but it was coming towards me. I said, is there any way you dreamed this? She said, no, I promise to God that I seen this. I mean, I don't know why, she'd want to lie about that, y'all. But
No.
there's more things that would happen around. This is, around these, those burial grounds. I've heard all kind of weird stuff happening. But she told me that was pretty freaking weird. But if y'all want to talk or something, y'all go ahead. I don't want to.
Oh no, I'm just here soaking it all in.
Yeah.
listening. I like.
But you know, yeah. Well, I'll tell y'all about this house that I lived in. Like where I'm at right now, I'm living over in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and I was born here and growed up 10 miles from here. It's just right on the line of Oklahoma. Well, um, anyway, I've lived in this place for about 3 years, and then before that, I had a place out in the country for about a year and a half. Then before that, I lived in a house about 6 years on the north side of town, kind of the rough side of town. And this old house, you can tell it must was built back, 20s or 30s. And it was about half flood zone because in the front, where it was on the bad side of town, they didn't want to come clean the ditches. You know how the city, how they look, you don't want to mess with that side of town.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we ended up selling the house because what happened is I'll just tell you the truth. I got praying to the Lord, and 3 days later, somebody knocked on the door and said, "I want to buy your house." We didn't even put it on the market or anything. Paid us cash like 2 months later, and we ended up moving out in the country. And then, that's another story what the rest of it would happen. But anyway, we was living in this old house, and we was living in our old house. Her her brother would come out of town and then go out of town working. Well, what ended up happening is she had three nephews and a niece, and two of the nephews and niece were twins, triplets. And then the one boy's a little older, like a year older. Well, their stepdad, they lived in Minnesota, and their stepdad wasn't treating them right. And that's all I could say. It wasn't that bad as you'd think, but they weren't treating them right. So I said, don't let the kids, send them on down. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let any kind of kids get treated bad. So they come down there and stayed with us. Well, they was there about a month, and it's had a 3 bedroom. One bedroom was an old garage and turned into a bedroom. Well, one day me and her's watching TV. In the side room, her niece comes running in there, just stomping, and said, why did you throw that lighter at me, Aunt? And she said, what are you talking about, girl? I said, you throw that lighter at me. Here it is right here. She said, I don't throw a lighter at you. I'm sitting down right here. Don't you're lying to me, Aunt. I see you throw it at me, and then you ran out of the room. Well, we thought she was just playing around, just being stupid. I don't know what we thought, but we looked at her like she was crazy, right? Well, probably about a week or two later, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're doing the same time. Me and her was there by herself. The kids was at school. Her brother was out of town working. We heard the toilet lid slam, Well, when something like that happens, usually it's gravity or whatever. So I walk in the back of the house. It was our bathroom. I walked in there, picked the toilet lid up. I said, we didn't have, we had a couple dogs. We didn't have no cats. I go and sit down. About 5 minutes later, it slams again. But it didn't slam one time. It slammed 2 times. That kind of, I said, oh, crap, whatever. Then my nephew came and stayed for a couple days. One morning, real early, I look because when you're sitting in our bed, the bathroom's the front. This was, like I said, old garage. You look through the kitchen, you can see almost to the living room, and there's a little side thing you can go in there to the other bedrooms. Well, I hear something and look, And she looks, I see my nephew walk by, but he looked like he was dressed really nice, you know. I know it was him because he bald headed. She said, get up, go see what he wants. I said, you know, I said, why don't you get up, lazy ass? I said, but anyway, I ended up getting up. I get up and walk in there. I don't see him anywhere, you know. I said, well, I've seen him too, you know. There's no way that I can say that she's crazy. I said, he must have went out. And I'm thinking, how'd that man go out? Because there's no back door. There wasn't a back door to the house. It's just front door. I said, how in the world did he get out of here? Well, about an hour later, he comes walking in. I look at him. I said, man, how did you change? What did you do? Come in here, change clothes, and then leave again? He said, what are you talking about? I said, man, you come in here all dressed nice, and then you leave again. He said, man, I've been going for 3 hours. I haven't been back. Yeah. So it had to be something. I mean, it was 2 or 3 times we'd see stuff, but here's the kicker. Her nephew, one of the triplets, come to us, and very smart kid, still is a smart kid. I ain't seen him in probably 4 years, but he was nothing wrong with him mentally or nothing like that. He comes to us one day, and I got to tell you something. She said, yeah, what is it? She said, there's a lady that looks just like you, Aunt, that's speaking in my ear telling me to do bad things. And I said, what? You know, I thought he was joking, but he wasn't the one that liked to joke like that. I said, man, boy, what are you smoking? No, he said, really? I said, well, what is he trying to, he wouldn't tell. It seems like he wouldn't tell, you know, what it was telling him, right? Well, he goes out of town. I said, well, man, you need to pray, boy, you know, pray that off of you or whatever. You got some kind of spirit, something around you, but he didn't seem like he's possessed. He might have been oppressed. So he was out of town with spring break. Wasn't too long after this with his dad and his brothers. And I'm down in the bedroom, and the way the bathroom was, whoever built this old house was one arm, one leg, and one eye, because the doorway was about this wide, you know, to the bathroom. And nobody come down there but me and her. And she done put a curtain up. That's the only thing you could really put there, you know, that you could, if you're close to it, you can see through, but far off. Just a little like, I guess, curtain you'd put on, you know, the walls or whatever. So that night, the boys and their dad was coming back. And I was down there, I was doing a number one. And all of a sudden, out of my percular vision, this demon appears. And I turned and looked long enough, you know, probably was a second. But I didn't just see it out of my percular vision. I turned and seen it. And it didn't scare me or nothing, but it looked almost exactly like her, my ex. It had long black hair, like it had a white dirty dress. It was pale skin. I didn't see the eyes because it's like it had its head down. Reminds you of The Grudge, you know, the movie The Grudge.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what do you want? And it said, I'm waiting on, and it said his name. I don't want to mention the boy's name, but it said his name. I said, what do you want? I said it audibly, and it didn't speak to me audibly. It spoke to me, you know, in my head or whatever you want to, you know. I'm waiting on, and it said his name. I said, oh, no, you ain't. Then I just started praying, you know, and rebuking it. I got down and prayed about it. And I prayed about it. The Lord spoke to me, says that I can run it out of the house. It's going to keep coming back, but he's got to denounce it. And then I already knew what he done, you know. I mean, it's just he came home. I sat down. I said, "What did you do, son?" Uh, I got look. I got a good friend that's an investigator. He got custom Ouija boards. My buddy. But me personally, I don't look down on anybody what they do. Me personally, I won't mess with a Ouija board. But anyway, I said, "What'd you do?" He wouldn't tell me. I said, "I know what you done." What did I do? I said, "I know what you done." Finally, he said, "Yeah, I played with the Ouija board, me and my girlfriend." So I got him to say a prayer, like denouncing it or whatever, and it never did show up anymore. That was it. As far as that thing, never again. But here was another thing that happened in this house too. I was telling a matter of fact Jim about this because we was on a live and I kind of forgot about it because we got talking on the alien subject. I was laying in bed during this time too. My life was getting a lot better. I was getting me having a close relationship with God, and I was becoming more spiritually. And I was laying on my back one night, and all of a sudden, now I don't know if I didn't feel like this was evil. Maybe it was. I did, because usually I'm pretty good at discerning things because I've had some demonic entities around me, and I'm pretty good at discerning what they are. I've seen like a tormenting demonic demon, a drug demon, Lord's kind of. But I'm laying in bed, and I wake up, and I was awake. It's like the whole ceiling was a square. I mean, not the whole ceiling. There was a square in the ceiling, and it opened up like the sky, like it was glowing, and then like the clouds started parting. This wasn't like no lucid dream or nothing. This was like, I was awake, and I got looking, and I could see like the clear sky, and it was dark outside. It was like blue skies. Well, it's like it closed up, and I don't know how. Was it, I don't know, 5 minutes or something? I look over. I don't know if I went back to sleep or I was still awake. When I was laying in bed like this, the steps were like big old, concrete steps because it used to be a garage. And it was, tall steps. You don't watch it, you break your neck. I look over and it's dark now. I see these three black figures, and all I can tell you is what they look like. It looked like three typical gray alien. I didn't see the face. I didn't see the mouth or nothing like that, but it was like the shadow. It was a shadow, but I seen them. I seen like their fingers had these bulbs on the end of them or something, and they were moving, but it was three of them I seen. And I started praying and stuff like that, rebuking it or whatever, and they went away. Now I don't know if that was, it was actually an alien or something demonic, but that, I was just kind of telling you what went on in the house.
Hey,
But
Ash, give
yeah,
me 1 second. Is everything all right, Donna?
Do you want me to mute my mic because they're getting really loud again, and I might have
Is that
to,
the coyotes?
I have to noise, and I don't know if that's.
Put the boom boom to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the cap in there?
Yeah, okay, because you hear it.
No, go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, I hear it. That's right outside your cabin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than you.
Yeah, run them off so they don't hurt your dogs.
Yeah. Wanna call- Probably.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Hey Ash, when you were talking the story about how
Yeah.
I guess it was your cousin and he had been gone, but you kept seeing him at the
Yeah.
house. Do you think that could have been like a doppelganger?
Yeah, it had to be because it had to be the same spirit. Because the thing I seen looked just like my ex too. It had to be all the same spirit.
Yeah, so I was sitting here when you were talking about that, as the first thing that came to my head was, oh my goodness, a doppelganger, because I've not seen one
Yeah,
before. And then when you were talking about it, I started looking it up just to be like sure of myself before I asked you. But I read a couple of stories while you were talking,
yeah,
and a lot of them are exactly how you explained it, just different situations and different people. That is crazy.
yeah. And I've had all kind of crazy stuff happen to me when I was made my whole life. It's just I can't. Um, I was listening to. I know I'm all over the place. When I was a teenager in Denver one time, and my brother had asphalt company, and they was doing some work up there. Matter of fact, I think I was about 18. We worked for Clark Gable's nephew. You know, the guy on Going with the Wind. We had pictures with him. He owned like a restaurant, refurbished restaurant appliance downtown Denver. Anyway, I remember one time I was actually, uh, I know pentagram means different things to different people. I'm just telling you exactly what happened to me one time. I was listening to a CD one time, and the pentagram come on my window, just fogged up on my window, and I couldn't get it off. I sprayed stuff and everything, and then I took that CD, throw it out the window, and just watched it go by, leave. I've
Speaking of
had
So
some
this,
of the stuff.
doppelgangers, Ash.
Yeah,
Speaking of doppelgangers, right?
yeah.
Have you ever been in a movie or anything like that?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about a full feature length film or anything. I mean, because you have a doppelganger.
Um,
I'm gonna show you the picture, okay?
okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah. Some people's told me I look like him before.
I'm just saying, okay?
Yeah.
I'm, and I'm gonna upload this other one because
Oh my God.
when you were talking about
No, don't
the
get me laughing.
the
Don't get
propane
me
tank,
laughing.
riding the propane tank and stuff,
Yeah.
and I just seen this photo right here, and I'm like, is that Ash and Joe Dirt with the propane tank? I love you, brother. You know I do.
that's
Oh
funny.
God. Yeah, that's comical.
I mean, you
But
know,
uh,
And that just
but
brought me
yeah,
back to what you were talking about at the beginning of the show,
yeah.
the coffee enema, and then you pulled up that scene.
That's a good movie. That's a good. What, Cindy? What was you gonna say? I know you was gonna say something.
I was curious, what was the pentagram? Was it upright or downright?
Can't remember because I know there. Yeah, it means different things. Because I've had friends that are Wiccans.
Oh,
Because I've
no, I'm
got
not
Yeah,
friends.
fucking
I'm
around.
not saying which.
Yeah, no, she's not. You know what I mean? I've had friends that are Wiccan. My brother was a Wiccan for a while, I think, and his girlfriend but he had a brain injury. He can't remember nothing now. He's like a total different person. But I don't think it was. I know what you're talking about. One's one way and the other, and which I haven't studied the Luciferians too much or nothing. How that goes because I don't like talking about something that I don't know about. I don't
Yeah.
like, but I don't. I respect everybody, whatever they want to believe. I don't put nobody down. But you know, I've had a lot of crazy stuff. But my mom, she would tell me when I was younger. I mean, we was kids. She said she came in. I remember the night my brother come in party and stuff. She was real spiritual. Spiritual believer. And she told me next day that she come in his room that she was drunk or I don't know if he's high or what. Had there was these three monkey imps was above his bed, like guarding him or something. And she ran him out. But my mom would tell me this, like the land when I heard the Bigfoot that time. Well, what it was, I know this might sound weird to y'all or whatever. It's kind of hard. Maybe it's hard to understand, maybe not. But I remember when I was a kid, my second wife, when I, which of course I'm divorced from her now. That trailer I had when I had that Sasquatch or Bigfoot incident, in 2011, that land right there, they used to have these tent revivals when I was a kid. And I guess non-denominational. And what it was, it'd be the English and these Irish and these Scottish gypsies. They would all come from all over the United States. They still have these church deals and ball games and stuff. But they would come there, and my mom would always tell me later on when I grow up, she said, son, when they was down there, they was casting them demons out down there. They didn't know what they were doing. I said, there's something about that down there, that certain area, which she might have been not even know what she's talking about, but she was real spiritual about things like that. She would tell me, she said, well, you mess around, cast the demons out, doing stuff like that, you got to know what you're doing. That's what she'd tell me. She was right. I mean, she was pretty spot on with a lot of things. But that land, it just seemed like there was a lot of stuff that happened spiritually down there. I had one night, I was walking between where I had the Bigfoot thing, where I grew up. It was at nighttime, about just turned night in August. You know how it is. The South was burning up, man. You sweat your ass off. And me and my cousin was walking, and all of a sudden we stopped, and it turned freezing cold, ice freaking cold outside. Now, I've been asked about it. There's no valleys or nothing. It's all flat land. It was so cold, I stopped. I'm blowing smoke. I look over at him. He's blowing smoke. I turned and looked at him. I said, you feel that? He said, yeah, effing I do feel it. I said, oh, my God, what is that? Just freezing. It probably, I don't know, good, maybe no more than 10 seconds. We stood there and we got walking. It was still cold, and then it just got hot again. It was just the worstest cold spot, and you could feel it was something going on, too. But, yeah, it was nuts. But I've had, like, the little imp thing, whatever I seen when I was younger. What do you guys think that was? Do you think it was an imp? Do you think it was a little person? What's the proper? Do y'all know the proper name for those creatures? Or cryptid?
Describe it again. You claimed
I
that
did.
it's redhead.
Probably, but yeah, well, it's like its legs or lower body was hairy, like red or red fur, or could have been, like I said, something it was wearing, but it couldn't have been, not 3 foot at the most, 2.5, 3 foot. And the reason why I say that, because they have a lot of sightings, right not far from there, especially northeast Oklahoma, of they've seen them beside the road. I've watched so many, videos and this certain area that people's been driving, actually see them over in the ditch wearing like leather clothes and everything, real small. But I don't know. I always thought it was an imp, my whole life, because I kind of had experience in a motel, but that was a sleep paralyzation type thing. I used to have that a lot. I haven't had that in years, thank God. But the sleep paralyzation, was kind of rampant there for a while.
Yeah, I've had some bad experiences in hotels too, but it wasn't with no imp. It was Donna, did you get him taken care of?
Yeah, I think so. I think they ran away. I hope. I'm just getting hit. Really, I got more than one thing out there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I know what follows coyotes.
Oh man,
Careful.
it's scaring me now.
Hey Trisha, you still got that video queued up? Could you play? Ash, have you seen that video?
Which one?
The one with Trisha and Jen where they had that screaming?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could
this
pull it
is
up.
a good
Sorry, I was
time here.
looking into the whole imp thing and the little people thing because I don't know much about those.
I
Um,
can't think of the name. There's a proper name.
like
With this,
a gnome. Did you see a gnome?
the shit at my event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, let's see here.
Man,
Okay,
my
you guys.
brain never works.
Yep.
I don't see the body of it though. Did you fucking hear
So good.
Damn. It was just audio, and I've heard that it was on your channel or Jen's channel. I
Yeah,
listened to it more than
yeah,
once.
we didn't. Which we were there and we decided we were going to share the audio together and we
Yeah.
posted it and she got copyrighted, so we just had to collab with it and then she posted on TikTok. I posted
Oh.
on our TikTok. So but yeah, we were and that was me going and like I was
Yeah.
saying earlier, I've been trying to do like new things that I mean, there's other groups that are probably doing it, but I don't know of any. And I heard this noise. Something made the noise to me
Yeah.
in the woods. So, okay, well, let me just mimic back what it's giving me. Let me just play around with that. And I've had several responses from it. And it was just amazing that I got a response the day that Jim was with me. And it wasn't just her that was with me. Her son heard it. My son heard it. So it was pretty cool. And it didn't just do it that one time. It did it 3 times actually. The third time's not recorded. So after that third time, I did that noise again, waited, didn't hear anything. It was quiet. Well, then I had my husband to do a call and he heard a knock after his call. And then I did another one. And there was something like clapping rocks together. And you could tell it wasn't hitting a tree. It sounded like rocks or bricks being clapped together. And it was behind Jen in this like weeds. I mean, these weeds were probably to my husband, he's 6'2", so they were probably almost to his shoulders. And I look at Jen, I turn around and look at Jen. You've got something behind you. And she just goes right to the truck. And it was a really good day, and I was really excited for that. And I didn't feel, I didn't feel threatened by anything.
Did you feel like you were being watched though?
Oh yeah. So as soon as I got out of the truck, like I said, I didn't plan on getting out of the truck, but I wanted to show Jen that what I'm doing in there is working.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got out of the truck, I wasn't immediately recording. I left my phone in my truck, and I'm standing there, and I see something standing between 2 trees, and I'm like, I cannot make this out. Like I can see it standing there, but I can't really make out what it is.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, I need somebody's phone. So Jen brings me hers and I start recording and we're looking at it. And then I do that. And then we hear the noise off to the left of us, which up on to the left of us on top of this hill is a cemetery. And it was up there. Whatever was making the noise was up there. I believe I know what was the noise. I'm not going to because, I can't, I don't have the definite proof. Oh, yeah, but I believe I do know what it was.
Right.
And I think it's something that we've caught before on camera. And, but I saw something standing there. And then we have photos, and let me see if those are on here. They are not. They were, but they're not now, and I don't know where they're at on my computer. Or I would show you, but I have a photo where you can see it standing between the two trees, and I can make out a face and a conical head and broad shoulders stand between these two trees. But it's not on here. It was on here. I just don't know where it's at.
I'll tell you, we've been very blessed to get some really cool photos out of that area.
Yeah,
It's,
y'all have.
It's crazy, and I guess that's just Trisha and them putting in the foot time, And going there and going to a lot of areas that a lot of people don't go to. But,
Fearless lady.
yes.
Oh, she is amazing little girl.
Well,
So go ahead, Trish.
After my encounter, I kind of was fearing a lot, and I didn't know for sure if I wanted to go back into the woods. I contemplated on quitting, and I think it's because I was so emotional what happened, and I was scared. That was scary, and it was traumatizing. But after I started talking about it more, and I started writing about it more, and I went back home and I did things in my house. I think that's what helped me. And now that's why I go back in. And I can't tell you how many people that look at me and tell me, well, I don't know why you go back in there. Well, it's because you have to know me. And I've been through a lot in my life that has made me strong. And I don't get defeated easily. That encounter really brought me to a new low. But what I do, I took it, did the right steps to processing it, and got myself lined back out, and now I'm back out there. And I hope and I pray I never see that again. But I mean, that's kind of what you sign up for when you do our job, going out in the woods and investigating. You know, eventually you're going to be face to face with something.
So you know how everybody knows Trisha has Sasquatch, her Jeep, right? Big lifted up Jeep, says Sasquatch on it and stuff. I've been looking for me a vehicle, a signature vehicle and stuff. Well, I got one. And Ash, you're going to like this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No freaking way, Mike. You did that?
Well, the fairing is getting wrapped next month. This is
Really?
rendering of the fairing on the bike.
Man,
But that's
gonna
getting
look
done
nice.
next month.
Oh my gosh. That is so awesome.
Yeah, I dig that, man.
Heck
really
yeah.
do. I thought you were gonna show me something stupid there. I know
Oh,
that
no.
some kind of bullshit.
I wouldn't do no bullshit like that.
I think he's handsome.
Dude, you should get you one of those wigs with the braids and one of those hats. That'd go over good. Dude, everybody on the planet that would come past your stream would see you in that outfit and streaming. You'd be getting cease and desist letters.
Yeah, I would. Native Americans around here whoop my ass is what they do. All my buddies. Yeah, I mean, when you growed up in Oklahoma in school, we had to learn about them. We had to learn about the 5 civilized tribes. I mean, in Oklahoma, in school, they taught you a lot about the Native Americans.
Oh, yeah.
They really did. I don't know how many other states do it, but, they really taught us about it and stuff. And we had an art class. She was Native American. But,
I was when I was moving back from Oklahoma, I had this old piece of crap truck, and it kept breaking down. I had it loaded down full of stuff, and I was pulling a trailer behind me full of stuff, and my truck kept overheating and all this. And we were right there by the Cherokee reservation, pulled off, I was broke down right there at the exit where you go to the Cherokee Reservation. And I'm like, I can't pull this trailer no more.
Yeah.
So, like, I unhooked the trailer and wrote a note on it free and stuck it right there. And I guarantee you that a lot of people coming out of that reservation helped themselves. There was a lot of nice stuff on that trailer.
Really?
Yeah, it sure was. And at
Wow.
the time, I told my wife at the time, I said, it's our way of giving back, because she's Blackfoot.
Yeah.
Like, I have three children that are like, what is she? She's 3/4 Blackfoot. So I don't know what that would work out, but she has a roll number, and my kids could get a roll number, but it is what it is.
I found those photos.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, I remember these.
Well,
Yeah, you can see it peeking around. You can see the head, part of the head. It's like, hey, what's going on?
It's like, what's up?
and this is the same photo, it's just zoomed out. And another thing that was weird about that day, and Jen captured this, is
oh yeah, that was weird.
yeah, and people in the comments, you might not be able to see it, but it's okay because I boxed it off for you so you can see it. The blur spot, and this happened. This happened after it yelled at us and after everything. And that's
Wow.
exactly where I was standing. That is the same spot I was standing when it yelled.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it went invisible or
If you
something.
guys don't know where that's at, that's the Martin Groves attack site.
Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
damn.
the area that he was in when he was attacked by the dog man.
Yeah, we don't go in there. I hardly ever go in there. That's really the first time that we've been in there since. I've been in there with my dad, so
And that's where we got bones.
Yeah.
Damn, what is that?
That's bones.
Why y'all call him Bones?
Because that's all we found in that whole area was bones.
That thing looked like a Native American to me.
I kid you not, we walked in there and we were with Mark Roberts with Night Vision Paranormal and the Pathfinders. And it's Mark walks in ahead of me and I'm behind him. And he goes, "Oh, ain't no way." And he veers off slightly to the right and picks up this 11-point deer skull that still has the antlers attached to it. And there was no other bones found. There was no bones that went with that deer except for skull with the antlers. And it was beautiful. It wasn't cracked or anything. It was in like perfect shape. I
Wow.
looked at him and was like, "Yep, that's the deer I killed last year, and I forgot the skull here." And he just died.
Yeah, that didn't work with Mark though. He was too smart for that.
Yeah.
We got like, if you can see it there, the shadow of this thing standing there, cloaked.
Is that up in the top right?
If you look at the center and you go up, you can see it.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
have
It's
the
right
site.
there.
Yeah. It's by the tree to the right. Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's
that was the front side of this. My wife, it's in this photo right here.
I see it. I see it plain as day in the middle. Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you think it was?
That was him. That was it. I believe it was a Sasquatch.
Oh, definitely.
It
It definitely
and
looks like
the reason I believe that is because it knocked within
Sorry.
on our video. It knocked within 30 feet of me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it was right beside of me.
Roger. I'll be right back. I gotta grab something, guys, real quick.
All righty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
The one that gets me that y'all have is Jonesy. That thing gets me every time you show me that photo of Jonesy, man.
Oh, Jonesy there.
He's just, yeah.
Yep.
Man, take some meds.
He's massive.
See, she remembers the name of Jonesy. You had Jonesy and you had Ed.
Jonesy.
Yeah, Jonesy, our shadow person.
Yeah, you didn't. Have you seen Jonesy? Take a
No.
look at it.
Oh, damn. I think you did
See
tell
that
me that
face?
before. That looks just like a wow. I think I've seen Jonesy cousin Timmy.
Yeah. Timmy.
Yeah, that's that thing's plain as day.
And then here I am, living where I live, and you guys know where I live. I'm getting reports from neighbors with stuff like this.
Oh wow. That's nuts.
Those toes look weird.
They do. They look really long for toes.
Yeah.
Notice that, Mike?
That's what I was saying. That thing looks almost like perfect anatomy. You know what I mean? Like typical. I don't know. It just looked weird.
Guys, we can't forget to mention too that we're going to be at the West Virginia Bigfoot Festival, October the 9th through the 12th in Summersville, West Virginia. And we're getting prepared for that now. We look forward to meeting a bunch of people there, so y'all come on out and see us. Ash, what are you doing?
We ain't taking a shot. I had to take an insulin shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I know I should have.
So-
Well, I don't know why that does that when you move focus. Goes out of focus.
We're booked up for April now, aren't we, Tricia?
Yes, we are booking for May now.
Okay. Well, hey, that reminds me. Tomorrow's the big Easter, too. What are y'all's plans for Easter?
I'm going
Nothing for
fishing
me.
at LBL.
Well, I'm gonna cook a big old dinner, and I'm gonna eat like a fat rat. And then if it's not raining, I'm gonna hop on my Harley, and I'm gonna go someplace. I don't know where, but I'm gonna go someplace.
That sounds amazing. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll go steal
Yeah.
my son-in-law's.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he has one, so he's.
Well, Donna, come down. I have 3 big motorcycles, so I mean, I can get you on one of them.
We're going to get up and
the kids
watch church service and pack our fishing poles, and we're going to build a fire and cook barbecue chicken kebabs. I made a dessert.
You know
So-
what?
We're going to go fishing. It'd be nice if we could find some prints to catch while we're out there.
I'll probably do an
Yeah.
egg hunt with the kids. We play the Easter egg hunt over and over because after they find them, then I have to re-hide them so they can re-find them.
Rehab.
That's funny.
Oh, let me show you this too, real quick. You know, I just showed you the rendering of my bike. Now that fairing, I do have that scheduled to be done next month, and I have another one that's been wrapped also. But this is like, let's see here.
What's wrong with that crazy camera? Well, it won't focus.
So that's the back of it there. Look at the custom plate.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Love it.
This is the new back of it. I just redid it. Did stretched bags, stretched fender.
Nice.
So big difference in it.
Yep.
I'm proud of my bike. I tell you what, I worked hard for this damn thing.
I bet so, man. That's nice. I really like it.
And it was beat all to shit when I bought it from this guy. So done a lot of work to it.
So I have a question for everybody.
Yeah.
No, you can't ride it.
No, I don't want to ride it. I don't like Harleys.
Hmm.
Oh, dear.
I just don't
love
like Harleys.
Harleys.
Listen, if you get it, listen, guys.
After
I
that-
feel like buying a Harley.
After that, I got to take Trisha out. I
Take
mean,
her out. Take her out.
Anyways, it's just paying for a name, okay? It's like Nike. You're just paying for a name.
It's not, it's the ride, it's the rumble, it's the vibration, it's that.
It's definitely the ride. Listen, like I said, I
Yeah.
have 2 other bikes, and you can get on those bikes, and they're nice. Don't get me wrong, they're really nice. But the ride, I rode that thing 100. The last ride on it was 145-mile round trip, and that was the smoothest ride that I'd ever experienced on a bike. I mean, which that bike's built. That's a touring, bike. That's
Yeah.
bike built for long hauls.
Very nice.
But it was like a Cadillac. If you just went to the dealership and sat in a brand new Cadillac, fully all dressed out, it's like riding in that Cadillac. It's the Cadillac motorcycles.
But for real, I have a serious question.
Okay.
What is everybody's thoughts on this dogman attack that just recently happened in Oklahoma?
Wait,
Oh,
what?
yeah, that's not far from where I live.
I didn't hear about that. What's the story?
I'll send you the link
Thanks,
so you can
Ash.
watch it. But basically,
Well,
there was a woman.
I sent it.
Her husband is in the hospital. He's on dialysis, and I guess she was going home, walking into her house. Was almost in her house.
damn, Corey,
Heard a growl,
Corey got it.
a really deep and aggressive howl, and she was attacked.
Okay.
And they're saying a dog bite, but there are also other people that are saying that it was too severe to be a dog bite. And I believe it is still being investigated. And even it wasn't a dog. It wasn't a dog. That's the last I've read.
I sent
I've been trying to follow it, but I think it was a dog man. I really just I flipped the dog man that did it. And
Is that the one that happened? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Is that the one that happened in McAllister?
yes.
Is that the name of it? Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
far from where I live. Yeah. And do you remember what happened in Arkansas about the 2 bears? It was all over the news. That killed two different men. It was 2 different bears, and they claimed they killed the one bear and caught it, but they couldn't get the other one. Yeah, that just happened like last fall.
Jeez.
That's in between. Both of those are not far from either one. McAllister's not far at all. I used to drive there every day and work. So, yeah, there's a lot of country. There's a lake around there. It's a pretty good sized lake too, around McAllister and stuff. But yeah, I watched it. Somebody dropped it on their channel. That's where I seen it. I forget who it was. Yeah.
I believe his name was Brian. I have been talking to him the past couple of days. He was supposed to call me yesterday, but he said that his phones have been blowing up, and I'm assuming it's because of this attack. And I went on there and I watched it, and I listened to a lady and a lot of people talking, and I'm telling you, I do believe the dog man that attacked that woman. And the link is posted on, I will find the link for the GoFundMe and post it on our Facebook page and possibly our YouTube, because this lady, not only was she going through a lot with her husband being sick and stuff, and now she got attacked by this creature, and she's going to have medical bills out the yin yang because of this. And not only just that, she's going to be traumatized for the rest of her life.
You know that.
If our community can come together to kind of help her out a little bit, I think that would be really good. I think she's going to need some support with this.
Her name is Alicia Maxey.
I was going to say, Corey, and enjoy your access to the members area, my man. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, and another completely different show also that's each week on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Cryptid Awakenings. Trisha and Jen, they do that show every Tuesday, and it's exclusively in our members section. Actually, she did one last week for our main YouTube channel, just so everybody could see what it's like. But that's normally exclusively in our members area. So every Tuesday you get that extra show and a lot of good videos and stuff in there. You get a lot of behind the scenes stuff and a lot of stuff that doesn't make our regular channel videos.
Yeah, Corey's been on he's been on mine and Daniel's. He's had a couple weird encounters.
Oh, cool.
Corey has I think one was maybe a pale crawler, and then he heard a banshee scream, he thinks. You know.
Oh, Corey, message us, please, or we can get your email and message you, or I would love to hear about your crawler and the banshee, but really the crawlers, because I've seen 3 of them, and the one, just 2 of them were together in a field, and Jen saw them, and she caught them on her night vision, but I angled my Jeep and turned on my light bar and lit them up, and I saw the 2 sets of eye shine, and they were just crawling in the field. Next thing you know, the one just poof, gone. I mean, just vanished, like in front of me, just vanished.
Wow. What did it look like? What did it look? I mean,
it was really dark out, so
yeah.
I can't really say that it was black because it was kind of dark. And my light bar, it's an older one, so it's more like an amberish light. And but it was dark, and it was crawling on its elbows, and its back legs were bent like this.
Oh, geez, Lord.
And it's just crawling, and its head was doing something funny. And me and Jen both saw it. I had Jen on the speakerphone when I was closer to it, and we're talking back and forth. And when I would see it move, she would verify that she saw it move too. Well, the second time that I saw one, I was camping. Excuse me. It was my husband's anniversary, and we pulled up to the out of the truck, and there's 3 black cats. That should have been my red flag right there. And we unloaded the truck, fire, and I look over because we had heard a loud crash in the woods to the right of our cabin. So I look over and I shine my see like one green eye. And I'm like, okay, I'm seeing things. And I'm like, come on, LBL, like this is my anniversary. I don't want no cryptid stuff. I just want to be able to relax. So I didn't think anything about it, brushed it off, and we're cooking, and something told me to just shine my light over there again. So I got up out of my chair, walked to the back of the truck, I shine my light over there, and this thing was like crawling, but slithering like a snake, but it was bigger than a panther. And but he was headed directly towards us and quick. So I'm like looking at my husband, I'm like, do you see that? And he looks, and I point, and we're both like, get in the cabin now. So we beeline straight to the cabin, got in there, shut and locked the door. And I'm like looking out the window, and I'm like, let me see if I can get my thermal. Well, don't try to use the thermal. And I was not opening. It looked scary. I mean, the dog man scary. Bigfoot, not as much.
Yeah.
Here comes to them crawlers.
Yeah.
You don't play them. So, and we had a cat that squealed out and murdered. But we don't know if it, whatever, because there were so many cats roaming that campground. It would have been like a cat fight. So I talked to the lady, asking her about types of wildlife that comes in there, and she was chalking it up to be like a hog or a tomcat. And I'm like, that wasn't no damn tomcat. This thing was bigger than a damn panther, and it was slithering like a damn snake quickly, very quickly.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Corey said the one looked like Gollum, what he's seen, though. The thing he's seen. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was pale down by the creek.
Yeah, I definitely get you on here and talk about it
Yeah,
because
he's a good friend. He's a good friend of mine. He's got a gaming channel. He started. He has stuff too. I don't know. Might have a couple channels, but anyway, he's a good friend of mine. He's been on Daniel's and my channel. So yeah, he's a good guy. Great guest.
yeah, I will get your contact information and message you, and we can talk about it, or you can come on here and stuff. But them crawlers, they're not good. They're not good at all to see.
Well,
I don't like 'em.
dude, yeah, I've heard of them. I always thought that they was pale, but the ones you seen was like black, wasn't it? Just like a
Yeah,
shadow,
they
or
were in between like a grayish black.
damn. I'll have to ask you when you come on my channel next week. But that's one of the things I have to ask.
Oh, I'm coming with a bunch of stuff.
Well, whatever you want, you're the boss when you come on there. Whatever you want.
Don't tell me that. That makes my head swell.
Oh, you asked for it.
Man.
Well, at least she's being honest, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got no reason to hide. It does. So, but
Oh man.
I know, talking about gaming, so we all have this Bigfoot game where you go and hunt Bigfoot. And we really need to get together and
Yeah, I'm telling you, Corey, I tell you, I forget shit all the time. Yeah, we'll play it whenever y'all want. Just message me and say, hey, do you want to play it this certain day? I'll say, all right, because I get so busy and stuff, I forget. That's why I got a whiteboard literally on my wall. I got to write stuff down because I forget everything.
look, just aviation Doug, which is my husband, is in here, and he can tell you about how quick he was moving towards us. Like, I don't think I've seen anything ever move that fast. It was, I mean, directly towards us.
Wow. Oh,
It was
God.
terrifying. And then we had the rock thrown. So Saturday night, we ended up having to bring my daughter, and we had a rock thrown at her, and almost took out my perimeter alarm. And then my husband woke up with scratches on his stomach, which I was telling Cindy and Don about that on the one show.
We know about the scratches.
Yeah, my daughter was there. I even said this in the last show, and I'm like, and just so you know, before somebody comments, my daughter was with me. There was no freaky stuff going on.
Kids
He
go to sleep. Ask me how I know.
woke up with 3 scratches on his stomach, and they kind of look like a W.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
The
it like
W.
starts like a W, but it was only like 3. But one of them was like a stretch mark, and the other.
Do
Or scratch.
y'all believe? I'll tell you this real quick. When my kids were small, well, my daughter wasn't born yet. There was this old woman was her neighbor. She never had no kids, and I was like her adopted son. She'd always cook for me and everything. She's this old gypsy woman, and she gave me this plate, like this old antique looking plate. When I was first married, we put it on the wall in the hallway of this mobile home, and my son, he's seen things throughout his life too, and I don't know about my daughter, but he said it was this black, small, childlike figure, in the hallway when he was like 3 years old. This is what's weird. And then later on, my daughter, when she was 3, she seen the same thing. And I figured it out during the time that old plate, it was freaky looking plate too, just kind of a Native American, weird looking. And I took that plate and I throwed it away, and they never did see that thing ever again because it was like right below it. Both of them said that it would, but I believe the spirits can attack attached to objects.
Yeah.
I really do believe that.
Oh yeah, I know they can. I sent one to Cindy there.
She's special. I love her.
Only time I've ever been psychic in my whole life, Ash.
Haven't.
Have you guys watched that movie where that dark, like demonic entity, like teddy bear? Have you guys seen that movie?
I don't know.
I think it's called Teddy.
Would you remember the name?
It may have
Oh
been.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a joke fight movie or a serious one?
It's a good one. It's
No,
really good.
It's a pretty serious one. It's
Oh,
pretty
it
creepy.
is.
It's a good
Oh,
one. Really
shoot.
creepy.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Now you're gonna let me look it up. Because that sounds familiar actually, now that I think about it more. So just remember sometimes that it's not always because I'm on the paranormal side of things. I do investigations and stuff, and I have abilities to see things and feel things. So whenever you have something that you don't feel is positive and it's a negative, it's not going to always be demonic. So I don't, I'll just be a bad entity. And because sometimes they can be very evil and everything. And sometimes they just want to hurt you or, want to attach if they do. But if a spirit wants to attach, they'll attach regardless of your religion or beliefs or anything.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to attach, they'll do it. They do attach to a lot of objects. It doesn't matter. It can be a brooch. It can be a necklace. It can be a teddy bear. It can be a piece of furniture. Whatever they want to attach to, they'll do it. The thing of it is that, when we're in those state of mind of when we're in that deep sleep and you can't move your body, but you're awake. And, it could be just an evil entity that is trying to attack you in some type of way or take over. But, not everything is going to be demonic, though. So,
Oh, yeah. I know
that movie's called like Imaginary or something like that.
Like Imaginary?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty creepy movie. It made me.
So it's like a teddy bear that's got an attachment. Do you remember you don't remember the name of it at all?
I can look it up real quick. But I'm pretty
Somebody
sure.
said imagine.
Imagine.
It's
I'm
imaginary.
pretty sure that Cindy's correct.
Yeah, it's called Imaginary.
Imaginary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, it's a creepy ass movie. It's a good one though.
Really?
I like it.
It is a good one.
Oh, there it is. It's a 2024.
Yep. That's it.
Yes, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it. I love my scary movies.
You was talking about that. It made me think of that. And I don't even like Barbie dolls in my house. Dolls creep me out so bad. And now teddy bears creep me out. And I sleep next to 3 of them. Because my husband buys me teddy bears every now and then. And they're like on the lamp table that's beside my bed. Right beside a tall mirror. And every night I wake up and I'll roll over and I kind of look to grab my drink and there's the teddy bear with my water right in front of it. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to touch this teddy bear. But I can't throw him away because then that's me being a shitty wife. But I just, they creep me out. That is a good movie. It is a really good movie.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to watch it because it definitely seems like it's got something attached to it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have it on Amazon.
I can't think of the name.
It's $3.99 if anyone's interested. Amazon on $3.99.
Is it streaming anywhere or is it for sale only?
You can purchase it. Well, it says buy a movie is $14.99. Renting it on Amazon is $3.99. On YouTube, it's $3.99. Google TV is $3.99. Apple TV is $3.99. And Fandango at home is $3.99. So it's not bad. It's not a bad price to rent. I might have to rent that tonight.
Yeah, let me
Oh
know.
my gosh, they just showed a freaking creepy. Ew. Oh.
You just scared me.
No, no, no. Oh my goodness.
Is it the coffee enema you watching?
Oh, no, it's not coffee.
Oh.
I will
Man.
start. See, not you, Cindy Sat, but Cindy Lou. See, I did mention the coffee enema.
Jen is gonna go back and watch this show and say, "I'm never gonna let Monster Mike stream on
No.
my channel ever."
I'm sorry, Jen. I'm sorry, Jen. She's got some people watching from her YouTube right now. So hello,
I'm so sorry.
I'm watching too.
Hello.
Creepy Culture. If you don't know, Jen had an automobile accident and she's okay. She's home. She's just a little bruised, and hopefully she'll be back with us next week. And but she's just fine. So we just decided to go live on her channel to give her some content.
With her permission.
With her permission. Yeah, with her permission. No, I'm like, Gina, I'm going live on your channel. I don't care.
It wouldn't
Right now, you're down, you're hurt. Guys, I think that we're approaching 2 hours right now. I believe that we should call it a show. Ash, do you want to tell everybody how they can get a hold of you? And
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I was all over the place. I am super tired. I do apologize if I made a. Well, anyway, I do apologize if I did. But no, my main channel is a gaming channel. If you're into gaming, it's Ashes Antics. It's a little dog logo. It's on YouTube. But the Boom Boom Room and how you find it, I know it's the name. It's too late. I'm too deep, too far now to change the name. But you got to type in at the Boom Boom Room 777 on YouTube, and I have interviews on it. And every Sunday, I drop a video, a folklore story. I started in alphabetical order, going to every state. I'm almost done with the states. I think I'm on Virginia Sunday, and I got a co-host, my buddy Ted, and we tell 4 stories, 2 apiece, and it's really fun. I've really enjoyed it, and we're probably gonna, keep it rolling. But yeah, check it out. Like I said, appreciate you guys having me on, and nice to meet you, Cindy.
Yes,
Donna, you too.
Yeah.
And so, Cindy, you want to tell everybody how they can get a hold of you?
Well, definitely on here. You'll find me on here on Saturdays, and then I have my own show with Donna. We have Coven of Curiosities podcast on YouTube, which it's at Coven of Curiosities Pod. So you can find the channel that way. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok. If you just type in Coven of Curiosities, and I think the logo now is mainly with me and Donna, which I need to update the logo because we've got some other people that are part of our show. We've got Southern Ohio Bigfoot that we've collaborated with. And then we've collaborated with Rachel Jones. She's from Haints, Hexes, and Hollers. And then my fiance is now part of the show, Marcus Palmer. So if anybody wants to reach out to him, because we also have our Federal Paranormal Investigators channel as well. So I'm a busy person. I'm on quite a few shows. Oh, and Grandpa's Old Haint Tales. I can't forget with Robert F. from NCI, North Carolina Investigates. So yeah, just and possibly going to start another one. We'll see. Oh, and I almost forgot the other show. My good friend Joy and we started the Haunted and Hunted Case Files, and that's been going really good. We're actually really enjoying it. We did a case on a missing girl, and it's still unsolved. And it's been since 1989, I think is when it was.
Yeah,
She went missing, a little girl. She was only 3 years old, you guys, and it's still unsolved. It's insane.
Oh.
So yeah. Sorry. Yes, I'm on a lot. So
Yeah, you got a lot on your plate.
yeah.
And Donna, if you want to tell them about you.
Well, you can Facebook and with you, of course, on Saturday night, Sunday with Cindy. I have like 50 podcasts up and running. And then I have my Art of Strange Knocks magazine with Gwendolyn Purcell. Just got a bunch more things coming up, and I'm just around.
And your YouTube channel, Donna.
Oh yes, my
Your
YouTube
Maiden channel.
How to put something.
I'm gonna work on it tomorrow. Yeah.
And I've been in
Now
the woods a lot. I can actually now record from the woods, and I can send it to the studio from the woods.
Yep.
So
Yeah. It's awesome.
I've had some experiences here in the last couple of weeks, and I'm sorry about the ruckus with the coyotes and running them away tonight. I didn't mean to.
Oh no,
Make
you
noise.
were just out there. You know, I got my little coyote right here.
That is so cute.
I think
Well,
you just
mine's a little bigger than that.
It's actually an ink pen. You hold it.
Is it really? Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you cock it like that, and the tip
Oh
goes out.
wow. That is cute. That's cute.
That's cute.
No.
That's the little whining I've been hearing. Oh,
That's my buddy right there.
Adorable. I love it.
Well, that's what I was worried about. I
Be
have
mad because I
two
will give
puppies.
him
They're
this.
about
He wants this.
7 months old now.
You give that baby his chicken.
So he wants chicken.
Here,
He
Nathan.
wants his rubber
Papa
chicken.
Here's your chicken.
Come
Well,
here,
guys,
baby.
I guess that's a show. Everybody, you can catch us
That's
here
my
again
dog.
next
Aw.
Saturday.
So cute.
Oh,
This is
look
my
at-
buddy.
Oh, love
I have
it.
one
He
with
knows
that
his-
too. His name's Pepper. Her name's Pepper.
That's a BB.
Very cute.
Mhm. My buddy.
As I was saying, guys, everybody can catch us again here next Saturday night at 9 p.m. If you're a member, you can catch Trisha again next Tuesday in our members section for Cryptid Awakenings. And you'll be able to catch Jen's show when she comes back. I don't know. She hasn't set a date on that. She's still healing right now. So if not, then you'll see us again on her channel next week at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. But I guess I'll catch y'all guys later.
On strings, thunder rumbles, monsters awaken when the silence breaks. Shadow whispers in the darkest lakes, LBL's calling from the forest deep. We don't run, we lose no sleep. Footprints vanish in the midnight fog, something moves beyond the cypress log. Infrared lock, camera set, heartbeats echo, we're not done yet. It's more than myth, it's breathing proof. Claws on bark and shattered roof, growls beneath the forest floor. We're not alone anymore. Monsters unleashed, we chase the unknown into the dark where secrets have grown. LVO monsters, show your face. We hunt the truth, we don't give chase. Three red eyes in the motion trap, bones arranged in a perfect map. Screams at dawn from the eastern trees, static echoes in the broken breeze. Legends breathe in the woods we roam. We carry the fear like a weighty tome. Voices whispering and biting despair. Dead adventure, do you really dare? Monsters unleashed, we chase the unknown into the dark where secrets have grown. LBL monsters, show your face. We hunt the truth, we don't give chase. Crimson trails lead us through the night. Dancing shadows, a primal fight. Footsteps echo with forgotten pain as the forest calls. We break the chain. Eyes like lanterns glowing and fierce. Myths become real and legends pierce. With every heartbeat, the tension grows. In the heart of darkness, the monsters show. Monsters unleashed, we chase the unknown into the dark where secrets have grown. LBL monsters, show your face. We hunt the truth, we don't give chase. The night is alive, the whispers ignite. We'll face the creatures that haunt the night. Together we stand, no fear to embrace. With courage ablaze, we'll hold our place. Monster of LPL, we're ready for war. In the silence, we find